Subscribe to Get Curried and click on the bell icon for regular recipe notifications. Hi everyone, I'm Tarika Singh, and every Monday I'll bring you recipes that are of course quick and easy to make, but more importantly, they're going to be finger-licking delicious, or as I like to call them, PDD. Pretty darn delicious. Today we're going to make cute little mini Nutella pancakes in this paniyaram or Apple Cider pan. They're going to be stuffed with Nutella, and then to make them even more indulgent, we'll drizzle more Nutella on them. So let's get started. We're going to start with getting some buttermilk for this recipe, but pretty much like you, I never have any buttermilk lying at home. So we'll just take 3/4 of a cup of milk and add a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. You can use lemon juice as well. And we'll just give that a stir and just set it aside and let it do its thing, which is basically let it curdle. So while that milk curdles, I'm going to move on to the dry ingredients. I've got a cup of all-purpose flour here, maida, that's 120 grams. And I'm going to start with adding just a tiny pinch of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. And then you want to add some baking soda. That's going to give this a lot of lightness and airiness, and it's also going to react with that buttermilk that we've got curdling there. The next thing you want to add is some sugar. Now that's caster sugar that I've added to this pancake mix here, but you can use any kind of sugar. You can use raw sugar. Sometimes I've even added gur shakkar, and that's really great too. Just give that a light little whisk. So let's check on that buttermilk. Ooh, looks good. Now to this buttermilk, I'm first going to crack an egg into this. This is a large egg. A teaspoon of really good vanilla extract. And now to this, I'm going to add a tablespoon of oil. This is a flavorless oil, so avoid extra virgin olive oil or anything, because that leaves a little bit of an aftertaste in whatever you're making. Sunflower oil, safflower oil, they're all good. Now just mix this up really well. Okay, the wet ingredients look really good. And now I'm going to add them to the dry ingredients. As much as is possible, just make a slight well in the center. Now there's nothing scientific about this. It just helps everything mix well together. And pour all of the wet ingredients in. Okay, now you just want to mix this together. Just remember to gently mix it. Don't be too vigorous. You want to make sure that there are no white floury bits left, but tiny little lumps are absolutely fine because they fluff up when we cook this batter. The batter is looking really gorgeous, but we need to let this rest for 10 minutes. You really don't need any special equipment for this recipe, but what really helps is to have a piping bag with a nozzle. Use any thin nozzle and just add the Nutella to this piping bag because it makes it much easier to handle. So that's a good amount of Nutella that's going to go inside the pancakes, and we'll also drizzle them on the pancakes. Just twist this nozzle because we're going to let this rest while the pancake batter also rests, and we need to preheat the paniyaram pan as well. The pan is nice and warm, and I'm just going to brush it with some melted butter now. I've tried making this recipe with brushing the pan with oil, but let's just face it, butter is better. Fill each of these just about halfway through with the batter. Now this is where you're really going to thank me for using this piping bag, because we're going to pipe the Nutella right into the pancake. Now you want to cover up the Nutella with the batter. Very important to cover it up completely, otherwise it will just burn. When you see these bubbles starting to form, that's when you want to gently flip each of the pancakes. Look at that beautiful, beautiful golden color. The pancakes are almost done, and I say almost because we need the final garnish, which makes all the difference to this recipe. I'm going to dust it with some icing sugar. And give it that final drizzle of Nutella. Be generous. These tiny little Nutella pancakes are so cute. I can just keep eating them all day. I'm going to finish this entire plate now. But before I go off, I must tell you to like, share and subscribe to Get Curried and come back here for more such interesting recipes.